welcome back. This is a SoWatchPodcast. I'm your girl Key.
I'm your girl Treasure.
And guys, we got another amazing video for you guys. If y'all didn't already peep the gear, we got the Lakers gear on. You know, one of the best franchises in the NBA. It's because it kind of hints at what show we are talking about on Netflix today. But before we get into that, y'all, if y'all haven't already commented and subscribed, what are you waiting for? We need you guys to comment and subscribe so y'all could be a part of the SoWatcher family so that you guys are not going to be missing any of the amazing videos and shows we're talking about and movies we're coming up. I feel like, Trash, let's tell the people that really and truthfully, I think these next couple months is going to be like, we're going to be doing like a whole thing about Disney because there's a lot of movies coming out. So y'all definitely don't want to miss this because we are huge Disney fans. And as you probably found out today, your girl's a baller chick. So today we are talking about...
Running Point.
Let's go.
I'm wearing like orange, you know.
Well, yeah, I know it's kind of like to support kind of the...
I don't have a jersey or anything like that.
That's
so
okay.
Like...
We're going to get you one. We're going to get you a Los Angeles Waves jersey, y'all. So, yeah, like,
God.
let's
That's
get
like
right
a horrible
into it.
name.
Let's
just get actually right into it.
Yeah.
The Waves.
Yeah, that was just like...
The Waves?
To be honest, it's more like a WNBA basketball team name more than it is like how they're trying to put it in the show.
Because they're so
wet. You know what I mean?
The Waves. Oh, that's like such a horrible name.
Yeah,
and like, okay, so if you guys don't know, Mindy Kaling is the one that and like wrote the show, and obviously, you know, she made her start in The Office. Mm-hmm. And then she made her own show called The Mindy Project, and then she's also made the show on here, actually on Netflix, called Never Have I Ever, which is like a coming of age kind of TV show. Now, you know, I expected a few things because I know her career and I liked majority.
Okay,
The Office,
so you had high
expectations. So I had like really high expectations, but like me knowing that I don't fully know her, like I don't follow her on Instagram. I do like most of her work, but I don't follow her on Instagram or whatever. I don't think she has any like history in like basketball. So then like if getting called the Waves makes sense because it's like anyone that was actually, I don't think anyone that actually liked basketball could say like that's a good name. Yeah. Like what? Yeah. But anyways, so yes, so she produced the show and happened to have written some episodes with Ike Barkenhouse. I think that's how you say his name. Right. Don't quote me on that. But if you don't know who he was Morgan in The Mindy Project, and he was also in Sisters, and he was Amy's crush. Yeah. Now, they're very good writers, and they wrote some like some of my favorite episodes in The Mindy Project. So I'm like, you know, I had really like high expectations. One of the reasons why I like pitched the show to you was one, because it's basketball, that's like in your lane, and another was like it's Mindy, so that's in my lane. So I was like, okay, it seems like a good blend for the both of us to like enjoy. Like you know what I mean, like a show. Did it turn out that way though? Did it?
So I think we have a difference of opinion on this, and I think that the show, to me, it was good to me. Would I say it's a hit? No, not yet. And I'm hoping it gets to gets there, but it was good. Like, it was a good first start. Honestly, it really, and again, just because like we kind of just came off of just doing, you know, Survival of the Thickest season 2. If y'all haven't already watched that, we'll link the video down below. That for us, Survival of the Thickest, it kind of started off pretty good for us, and it was like good that we were gonna be like, okay, let's watch second season. Yeah. Obviously, if y'all watched that video, spoiler alert.
We did not.
It was not like that. So, again, for me now, I think from whenever I started this and doing my rating system, I think it's gotten a little bit more difficult now for my ratings, where I'm pretty sure I rated season 1 of Survival of the Thickest like a 7. Or if I was to kind of go back with all the shows we've watched and movies we've watched, I think I'd go back and make that below a 7. But like, if I'm being honest with you, this was a really good start to me. I get right into it. What I really liked about this show, other than the fact that it was basketball, it was another show that we can finally watch that kind of surrounded around the sport, and then we get our own drama, comedies, whatever it is, like The Game. Is it anywhere close to The Game in terms of like it being funny and all that?
No,
we're not close.
No,
but that's okay. Like, it was still good enough. I loved Kate Hudson in this. I think that was like a perfect casting. And for me, the way I felt is because, you know, you already know this, like How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days was actually one of my favorite movies. And it's because of Kate Hudson and the fact that I like that she in that movie was a basketball fan, in that one, the Knicks, right? This to me kind of feels like this was not an extension of that movie, because obviously it was a completely different movie, but like her role of how she like basketball, this kind of seems like, okay, she got pushed into this role, and I like it.
So you're saying
and
like that character, you could, in your mind, in your makeshift mind, you're saying that like you could be like, okay, pretend that that's the same character, and she found her way and stumbled into like
and
this,
she pushed her and you put her in this. Yeah, okay, I really feel like it was that. Okay, like she channeled like that whole anything, because even like in that movie, and it's funny because I watched it recently, she was even like the same way, like, oh my gosh, why did you miss that shot? You never missed that shot. And it's like in that movie, in like How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, and she was like, you know, left him up the like, well, at the table when they're out, and then she goes in the back to go watch the game. She's like I get that, and like that character being put into this was like, this was the easy like transition in. Okay. So I really liked her.
Even though that was like many movies.
Oh yeah, many movies. Yeah,
ago,
a long time ago. But I feel like she was the right kind of character for this, and that again, what she's saying, and like the way how her family dynamic is, because her name in the show is Isla Gordon, and that she knows a lot about the basketball, but because she's a woman, her dad, family, brothers just pushed her aside, and she actually knows what she's talking about. Yeah, you know. So I actually loved Kate Hudson in this. I loved the dynamic between her and Brenda Song, which is actually like so funny because I don't know if you remember how I sent you that video of Brenda Song and Macaulay Culkin at the Lakers game, and she's like yelling and all that stuff, and she knows all the plays. This was like perfect timing for this, because I'm like, and then it's funny, Macaulay Culkin did a cameo in it, right? So I'm like, how much on time for this, right? And I was like, oh, okay, like these two pairings was really good, and I liked their dynamic, and it's like nice for me to see Brenda Song, because I haven't actually seen her in really a movie or a show. The only movie that I last remember seeing was that movie that you made me watch, Obsession. So I liked her in it.
Which is also on Netflix.
Yeah, which I liked her in it. So those are the things that I'm going to say was really good, and what I really liked about this so far. Let you get into your part of what you kind of have to say, because I know you have a lot to say, so I'll let you kind of have the floor here.
No, I mean, okay.
Funny how I said floor, right? Because basketball.
Oh, you have the court. Okay, so ball is in my court right now.
The ball's in your court.
All right, so I think the show, like, because of who Mindy is to me, I guess, and like the stature that I have her at, I thought the show was going to be better, and I thought it was gonna hit the mark like Mindy Project did for me. Never Have I Ever did for me. Now, because of Never Have I Ever and it being like a coming of age TV show, I don't have such high expectations for, you know, having like such a deep storyline. You know what I mean? Because I'm just taking it for what it is. It's teenagers, right? Yeah. But for this, you know, it's not really teenagers, obviously. And I just thought that like there could have been like a deeper part that would kind of move me along further into being like excited for each new episode. Right. And I wasn't really getting that, because like to me, if I watch, it's like one of those things, like if I watch this show and I just watched one episode or whatever, like I could have been fine, because it was like, okay, she got a problem, she conquered it, and it's done. Right. I didn't need to watch anything else. Like she conquered the problem. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like if I just watched, if I started from like episode 3, like I didn't need to start from the beginning. She's at this role. She got a problem. She conquered it. She owned it. All right. I could have been done with the whole thing. Like there was nothing else that was like, and like, you know, there was an A story and then there was like a B story. In the A story, it was like obviously her conquering like the basketball problem like in her corporate world, and then it was everyone's like, you know, obviously their personal lives. Now there wasn't much give in their personal lives for me that was like really like pulling at my heartstrings to want to continue watching it, to be excited to watch it, to want to learn more about these characters, to again motivate me to keep watching it. Right. And so
that makes sense. So basically, just to kind of sum up, just so I understand what you're saying, is that you could have missed episode 5, 6, and you would still be back to where you are, because it's a whole new problem that's coming that I didn't need to watch the first 2. Yeah. Because the characters' backstory lines are not deep enough to keep you grabbed that, oh, I missed like this and that, it's going to come up later type of thing. Yeah. Gotcha. Like, okay.
Do you think that, that's fair. Do you think that if I came in, you know, watching, like, okay, let's just say the episode with Travis's mom. Yeah. If I started watching the show at that episode or whatever, it's very easy for you to understand what's going on. Yeah. Because they even explain it to you. It's like, oh, you know, having like a momager is like integral into like the basketball community. Yeah. They tell you that in the episode. So I didn't need to watch like how much of a pain in the ass he was in episode 1, episode 2. Right. Because that doesn't matter. Like it didn't matter later on, because then she fixed that problem already. Absolutely. Yeah. She fixed it being a pain in the ass already. That was a while ago. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like nothing was really that important. And then like even when you're getting into like, you know, like their personal lives and everything, the only person personal life I really cared about was the coach.
Oh yeah,
and
okay.
you know, that was, you know, like way later on, but I just felt like, you know, there was obviously like more to him, and like the fact that he kind of became like, obviously Allie was her best friend and like her confidant, but I feel like the coach kind of became that too.
Yeah.
And you don't get much of his stuff until, you know, that one episode, and I want to say it was like maybe 7 or 8,
right, when
obviously the incident happened with him, and you kind of like learn why, and that was the only like moving force where I was actually like very, very like intrigued to be like, okay, like why is he doing this? Obviously, like, he's a Buddhist, whatever, so it goes against what we were told about him. And so, like, that was something where I was like, oh, unexpected. Everything else was expected. Like, I could have, like, I feel like whenever I have these like, conniptions about like, movie, like, shows or movies, I feel like I need to just, you know, stop it, write what I think is gonna happen, and I'll, like, I'll bring it like on set and show you like, this is what I said was gonna happen. Let's see how different it is.
No,
because I feel like I tell you
yeah.
to a T, like, okay, this is what's gonna happen probably,
yeah.
and it happens. Like,
No.
I feel like that's what like I should start doing.
We really
let
should.
me predict. Like, let's that be like a whole other like sub series on this channel, because like on this podcast, because it's like
really should,
I literally feel like I like write these shows myself.
No, I feel like,
and I don't really necessarily even really like that, obviously, because I like to be surprised. I want to watch something that like. I want to be surprised, especially if it's something new, like, because I always go back to my old stuff, but like, if it's a new thing, I want to be like
surprised,
excited, and intrigued to watch it, and like, I haven't gotten that from anything lately.
I know what you mean.
Exo Kitty excluded, obviously.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying, and like, yeah, that can be actually very frustrating as well. But then again, also too, because of like your background, and you know, like what writing is, like film and all that stuff. So you are all gonna have a higher expectation, because it's like, okay, you know of all these, and we have all these shows that we watch that have been great. And you are just really, like, again, it does take your time to watch these shows that you want it to feel like, okay, it was, like, fulfilled.
Yeah.
So I do think that is actually going to be coming soon, that I think we really should actually have you write out these things and just prove how amazing of a film director ideas you got. Netlfix, come scoop her up. I really mean this. Right? Okay.
That'd be hilarious.
So I agree with you in the sense that, yeah, like, these characters and their side stories is not really very deep enough right now, that I'm really hoping that when season 2 is coming, as if you guys didn't already know, it already got green lighted for season 2 already. I do hope that it becomes a little bit deeper, and that this was literally just like a very small like introduction, like super small introduction, that we're gonna get the deeper storylines that are gonna come. But then again, a part of me is like, how do you really deviate from that? Because I know that you were saying that this seems like more like a procedural type of show, where like you have a problem, solve it by the end, and then you go on, right? But again, we've seen procedural shows that you like the Criminal Minds and stuff like that, which, okay, there was a serial killer, we gotta find him, you find it at the end, but the backstories in those characters are super like deep, and it makes you be like, oh my god, I love this character. I feel like for this, that I hope it gets to that point. Even for myself, because like, again, even for me, like, I'm gonna watch season 2, and it wasn't like with Survival of the Thickest for me, where I was like dragging, like I want to fast forward an episode or two. Like, this was like, okay, like I'm actually kind of not super excited like I would be if I'm gonna watch like a Selling Sunset, or watch, which I've been like rewatching this. Yeah, rewatching this like a Bridgerton. It's not that excitement, but it's enough for me. Like, okay, like I want to watch and see what happens, which is okay for me. Do I think this is going to be like the game where we have like our memorable moments that, you know, we could quote at any point in time?
Yeah.
No, but that's still okay.
Yeah.
But I just hope that, and again, it's not like this is supposed to be a comedy too as well, right? Which I think.
I don't know. I want to say that I think it is like a light comedy. Okay. To be honest, like I think that's what it's marketed as. I think that they possibly, because it's, how long are the episodes? Aren't they like
35?
Yeah, like
36.
40 a minute. Yeah. Like pretty long. Yeah. Pretty long episodes, and you know, like I feel like they could have probably done it as like a dramedy.
Oh, okay.
And that would have been like better than them trying to do like a lighthearted comedy, especially because like these are adults. So like we're that, like that's the thing too, right? It's like audience versus expectations and stuff like that. And it's like, because, you know, you're not in the coming of age kind of set, right? So you doing it as, you know, an older like world kind of thing, because obviously Isla is like, you know, older. Everyone's older that we're watching, except for maybe like Jackie, but even Jackie's in his or like late 20s, mid 20s, whatever. Yeah. It's like, okay, we expect you guys to have like real life problems, and not expecting this to be like a kid's show where you're keeping it like PG.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? True. And like them making it be like a PG thing minus, you know, that one weird scene with Jackie and the girl. It was like, okay, so like who is the audience that you're actually trying to appeal to? Because it's like, to me, this story is not cutting it for me to be watching grown-ass adults.
Yeah.
If I was if this was like teenagers, different expectations. You know what I mean?
Right.
I feel like my expectations weren't met as me being an adult watching adults that are older than me.
Right.
Of what's going on.
Yeah. No, you're totally right. And just, I can totally see what you're saying. And even like just some of the arguments they're having, very, very childish kids. But again, I guess that's like them trying to portray, because it is like sibling stuff, there's always going to be those little nuances and little nitpicky things that make you bicker like children,
that's fine, right? But
I get what you're saying,
the
like
problems
the
that are going on, they're solved like they're kids, like even Ness and like his wife or whatever, it was solved like a kid, like and then they're just like fine, you know what I'm saying, like it wasn't, and he's like, oh well, I wrote her name, Batuin. Yeah, so like with her, it was like, oh well, she told me that I ruined your engagement party, so I guess I'm sorry. Yeah. And it's like, she doesn't tell you, like, what are you talking about?
What do you mean you don't know? Yeah.
Like, and like, I know he's supposed to be like, you know, like the stupid one, but it's like, what? Like, you're still an adult. Like, even if you're the stupid one, like, what do you mean she told me that ruined it? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. No.
Like, that's kind of crazy.
I actually liked her character. Like, whenever, like, Sandy went over to her house, that was actually a funny scene where she's like, I have way more money than you. I have people that wipe my bum from you and stuff like that. I was like, that's hilarious. Yeah. So, that's actually really funny. And there was, like, parts, like, and there was, like, okay, so was there any parts for you that you laughed at, that you thought were actually pretty funny, like any parts?
I laughed like once that I can like remember really.
Okay.
And it was whenever, you know, they're trying to get Jackie to sign like the NDA, and like he gets like the $2 million, and he just has to like, you know, cut ties and like pretend nothing ever happened. And then he's talking about like, okay, you know what, like I don't need this money, whatever, like I can start working at like Panera bread. And he's like, you know, if no one comes to the food, whatever, we get to keep it. And
he's like super pumped about it.
Yeah, he's like, we get to keep the food. And I was like, Jesus Christ. And it was just like, that was hilarious to me. It was actually funny. And then like obviously, you know, you have like Nesta, and he's like crying and like trying to keep it in. Hug him. Yeah. And then, you know, you have like the two kind of like Stone Cold brothers, whatever, and they're kind of just like, okay, like let's just get this over with. Yeah. I think that could have been more. Like them having like, you know, the secret long lost brother or whatever, that could have been more. Even whenever it was like, he's like, oh, can I take this day off or whatever? And she's like, are you crazy? No, it's like it's this like finale or whatever. Yeah. At playoffs, oh my god, I'm so not into basketball. Yeah. It's the playoff. It's like the playoffs, and then he's like, "Oh, okay." And it was like, you didn't even ask him like why he'd possibly ask you, because did he ever ask you the entire time? Yeah. And then it's like, okay, he ends up going, whatever, and then they figure out, oh, it's about his mom, and then she figures out where he is. That could have been such like a deeper moment for me, but again, it was like, okay, you gave it 2 seconds, and then that was it, and that was like the only moment where there's things where they could get deeper or whatever and make it, I guess, dramedy wise, but like make it like where you're pulling on our heartstrings or making us more intrigued, making us like fall in love with these characters more or whatever, making us want to root for them and all that stuff like that. There wasn't much of that. There really wasn't. Yeah. What was the keystones? Like, we want Isla to do well. I don't know if it's because like obviously, you know, we're women or whatever, so we're automatically on her side, us being women. So we're automatically on her side, whatever, we want her to win, whatever, that's fine. That has nothing really to do with her character herself at the beginning. Then it was like, okay, you know, her brothers are out to get her, we want her to win even more again, she's a woman, she's trying to prove all this stuff, right? Yeah. So then, we're fine with that. But then, like, the other guys, like Ness and, like, Sandy, like, Ness is, like, a sweet dummy, you know? Yeah. And then you have Sandy, and you're like, okay, he breaks up with his boyfriend, whatever, do we want to root for him, whatever? No, because all we see right now is that he's, like, an a-hole. Yeah, yeah. So, I just feel like, make it hard for us to like find a favorite character. I think they made this too easy. Yeah, too easy. You're very right, and I think you hit the nail on the head with that as well. And I do believe that there's a way that they could have made this better, because I agree with you with the story of like them not being able to find Jackie. I really feel like
they could have made that the season filler that they don't find him, and like, is it like she's gonna go find Jackie, make it to the playoffs, and make it like a thing, and just kind of end it there, and it's done, and now we're like, okay, what happened in the playoffs? Did they win? Did they find Jackie? Like, where is he? Like, this whole thing, they could have literally made that be a thing where they're like, oh my god, I can't find Jackie, and then it's like Sandy for one reason is like, oh my god. Like, he starts crying, he's like, we need to find him. Type of thing where you get to see him be vulnerable.
I'm literally getting chills with that.
Yeah.
That is exactly beautiful. Like, and it could have been like one, you know, whatever, the finale, Jesus Christ. Because the finale of the show, so I keep saying finale, okay, but like the playoffs, whatever, they could have had, you know, all of them are there, maybe. Mm-hmm. And then they're like, hello, where is Jackie, whatever. They end up talking to the one girl then and there. And she's like, oh, says the same thing she said. Well, like, you guys wouldn't know. You guys treat him like this and this, whatever. Immediately, I was like, okay, I gotta go, whatever. Or Ness says he has to go first because it's like, Isla is better to be there because she's obviously the president. So, Ness goes first, whatever. Yeah. Looking for him in certain places, whatever. I can't find him, whatever. Then it's like, okay, maybe Sandy, go help him check this place. It's further.
And then you finally see him be vulnerable.
We can't find it. We can't find him, whatever else. Then it's like, Isla has to choose, like, is she gonna go, whatever. She chooses to go. She can't find it, whatever. And then it's like she's thinking back to like conversations she's had with them, whatever. When it's just them one-on-one, sure, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, okay, you know, obviously on the radio when they're driving, whatever, on the TVs, whatever, the different places, whatever, they're talking about the game. Yeah. And it's like, oh, like, I don't know what happens in basketball for me to give you guys the details. But basically, it's like, okay. Maybe it's like they're saying, oh, we need like the CFO, the president's support. We need her to come back. Where is she? Mm-hmm. And like they're talking about it. Like that same guy, Sean Murphy, I think his name is talking trash over like, where is she? What is happening? And it's like career breaking for her. Like if she stays gone versus like her having to find her, you know, long lost brother. Right. And that is where it's happening. What happens in the game? Because she doesn't know. Does she go see him instead, whatever, doesn't know. And that is how it ends. And we're like, oh my god, what is happening in the next season? Obviously, you know, we kind of don't know what's happening with Lev, whatever. We don't know what's happening with the coach. We don't know what's happening with a lot of things, but those would be bigger aspects for us to be like, oh my god, like I'm at the edge of my seat. Like,
right, and it's so funny. As you're saying that, another part of a thing that came to me is like, because she's supposed to be back in time to make the speech before the game. She doesn't make it time for the game, but like, is she going to make it time to make a speech like at halftime to like do the players because they're losing by 20? Right? Like, I think it was good that they didn't let them win the playoffs. I like that because that would have been so annoying if they made them win that. But like, but yeah, no, like even just right then and there, me and you just came up with ways to make this already better, like what we'd be doing. Yeah. Right. But no, I think that like let's hope that they develop these characters like a little bit more with these stories. I mean, we do have a little bit of a cliffhanger, you know, with her and the coach, you know, the brother comes back. So I mean, could it be more of a like a cliffhanger to be like, oh, grab at my heartstrings? Yeah. But I mean, it's enough for me to be like, okay, like what are we doing? Because I'm kind of like, I predict that when I look at this, and here we are heading into the predictions, that brother comes back. She's kind of like, oh, but I should say I did well. And he's like, well, no, I did well for 10 years, whatever. And then she's like, okay, well, I guess at this time I can go and see what's going on with Coach in Boston and then figure out that. I have a feeling that them two are going to get together, obviously, which you kind of seen coming from the get-go. And I feel like the coach can come back to LA. They're going to be like in the house, probably like maybe hooking up or something. And then Lev comes in and then they're done. And now she has to figure out who she's going with. Right?
I just think
I feel like that's probably what's going to happen. I hope it doesn't because like, I need something more juicy than that.
Yeah, but it's just like, okay, like, let's actually be real here. Do you actually see her staying with Lev? Like, obviously not. No. Like, she didn't pay attention to him. Like, obviously not. He's not a part of her world. It's way too hard. Like, obviously not. You know what I mean? There's a reason, like, you guys are engaged for X amount of years. Like, let's be real. And that's whenever you weren't even, like, the head of anything. Yeah. What did you have going on? Like, you weren't that busy as you are now, and you guys still never got married. So, like, there were deeper issues there. So, like, whatever. That to me is not, like, much of, like, a cliffhanger. Like, oh my god, she made out with him, and it's like, I thought she was gonna make out with him in episode 1. Like, stop. So, yeah, those are our predictions. Let us know what yours are in the comments down below. Before we go, we have to do the classic.
What is the rating?
What's the rating?
So for me, I'm going to give this, it's going to get a 6 for me.
Oh, okay.
We'll give it a 6.
So you're watching it again.
Because I would watch it again. Okay. I could watch it again. There was some funny parts. Like, for me, I love the part whenever the other president was like, oh, you need to be fired for sleeping with my daughter. He's like, which one is your daughter? Daniela? oh, D-Train. I was like dying because I'm like, they called her D-Train. I'm like, that's hilarious.
Horrible.
And then the part, my last favorite part is the part when Isla's running and she's like, I can't run no more. And he's like, why? I stepped on a needle. And then he's like, take my shoes. And he's like, why do your shoes fit her? I was like, that was funny. That was really funny to me. That was some funny moments for me. And then the part where you said the Panera Bread was hilarious. So there's a couple funny parts for me. But yeah, I give it a 6. So what's your rating, sis?
I will give it like a 5.
Okay. So that's
it's a 5. Like, am I gonna recommend it? Really, like, no. If you want like background noise, like maybe, sure.
Okay.
I think, you know, they need to call us and have us review season 2 because we obviously clearly have some good ideas. I do think that it does have potential. Like, I just think you can't fall any flatter. So the second season is gonna be better. Mark my words, because I just don't think it could get worse.
No, I don't think it can, because if it already got, and again, a lot of people rated this relatively high, right,
yeah,
on IMDb. So
crazy.
If this is what you're rating it for that, and we're saying it's like a 6 and 5, which is reasonable, like it's good start.
I did see comments, and they were saying, like, you know, they did a good job in the beginning, I guess, kind of like working on character development, and then there just wasn't any after like a couple episodes. And I'm like, okay, so I kind of went in like knowing that people thought that, and I was like, okay, yeah, that's obviously true, whatever. But I could see exactly what they're saying. Yeah, but I mean,
what did they rate it? Was it like 7 out of 10? I think it got.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's really good actually for.
I'm kind of like waiting for like a good show, like a good new show to come. I don't know if that's ever coming though. Like,
your standards are so high because we've seen
so
many good things.
How high it is now. Yeah. Like, because like, I mean, I haven't liked really anything, and like that sucks unless I recommended it to you. Yeah. And that's horrible to say because I want to like things. It's like I definitely want to like things.
You liked Old Guard. Out of all the movies,
I did, but that's an old movie.
That's like, yeah, 2020.
That's so old. Yeah, that's so old. I'm saying, like, anything new, like, I don't really like it. Like, even like, Exo Kitty, like, I was kind of like, okay.
But you're gonna be...
I was like, okay.
You still rated that a 7, I think.
I did, because I like the characters a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
Not for, like,
yeah, the audience
story,
was a little bit...
Not for the story that they were telling, because I was
like, still,
okay.
Like, it pulled at your heartstrings. Yeah, like, okay, I want
and I realized, like, you know, I had to, like, put myself, like, I had to, like, you know, check myself, and I was like, it's literally a teenage show. Like, they can't have, like, deep drama like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's not supposed to be like that.
No, but that's good. I mean, we did look at what Netflix kind of has coming out, so we got some more really good videos for you guys. Let's hope that we find a show for trash, because, yeah, I feel kind of sad.
I should be, like, on the case to find a good show. Yeah, we'll see how this treasure hunt goes.
Yeah, and I think we do need to explore more that idea of you writing what happens in the movie and seeing and doing a pairing. Yeah,
maybe we'll do it for the next, like, new thing that we're gonna try and watch. I don't know.
Absolutely.
Hopefully.
Anyways, thanks again, guys, for joining us for Running Point. And we'll see you guys for season 2, and we'll see you guys next time. And again, if you guys haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe so you guys can join the SoWatch family. We love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Key out.
Treasure.
Lakers out.
Oh my God. Treasure out.